But have you ever thought, what if this is all just a dream? And we're just waiting in line to wake up? And most people think I'm insane. Once you realize that all the shit you used to care so much about just keeps you a prisoner of your own mind.
I look like I'm sitting sideways.
We live. Being on what you know. What's up, man? Were y'all looking for me yesterday? I wasn't. No, I did a whole show yesterday. I went to a motorcycle rally where there was no internet service.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Where they do that?
Yeah, it was. I was in Beecher, Illinois.
Oh, I've heard
Beecher, Illinois. Yeah, I was in Beecher, Illinois, y'all. It was a dope show, man, with my man, Dwayne Edmondson of Ace Motorcycle Brand, man. Apparently he's using me. I'm all over his page. He's using me in ads. I didn't even know. And he hit me up and he wanted me to do a show yesterday. Needless to say, that show did not run. Internet service was horrible. It came out like because of the internet service being bad, it came out just looking horrible. But it was so much good information. He was like, run it anyway. So be on the lookout for that show, man. Right now, I don't even have a schedule, man. I'm just gonna drop that show when we drop it, and y'all just be looking out for it. It's a dope show, man. Once again, I have another entrepreneur with me, man. Miss Dee Parks, your business credit bestie.
Yes. Hello.
Y'all seen the flyer, man, and y'all have seen her before. My show that I came back, I did it with Miss Dee Parks, and we did a show before that.
Yes.
And what hit me, we never were able to publish it because everybody was like, oh, I don't like it. I don't like it, how it looked. And I was like, no, y'all, it's cool, but it was so much valuable information in there. And I was like, I got to sit down with you. I have to, because
I think the audio was still good to go.
It wasn't. Yeah, the audio was good. I think Benika actually ran it on her podcast. She ran the audio on her podcast. Yes. Speaking of Benika, y'all, shout out to Heritage Real Estate, man, for allowing us to use the room. This is a studio, by the way. Shout out to Heritage Real Estate, man. Y'all look. Somebody that's gonna work hard for you. I think Benika did. No, she did not sell me my house. That was like 15, almost 20 years ago. She didn't, wow. but
he finna get this investment property soon.
Yeah, right. As soon as I learn how to leverage my credit.
Hey, that's why we here.
Look, I'm so excited to sit down with you because first of all, tell us, just introduce yourself to people that don't know you.
Absolutely. I am Coach D, as many call me, and legal name Dee Parks. I am from the Chicagoland area. I went to Hyde Park High School. I am a business credit strategist. And I'll get to how I got there later in the interview.
In the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what I'm really interested in. Like we talked about her business. We talked about business in general. Yeah. Somehow, man, this is ordinary people with extraordinary stories, V&O. And what I always seem to get are business owners. It's crazy. Like I always seem to get these people that they got these crazy stories and they open businesses, they done shut down businesses, open new businesses, and they just out here grinding. And I end up highlighting them. Every now and again, I'll just highlight your ordinary person. But most of the people I'm interviewing, man, it's not a thing. Like,
I'm
really, it's
extraordinary.
not. You are extraordinary, extraordinary. What made you want to get into business credit?
The reason I got there was due to the gaps that I seen in the industries that I worked in. So I started a management company after losing my son. It was actually supposed to be a nonprofit company. Didn't know anything about it, didn't know anything about business. I just knew that I had to help people. At what magnitude, I really didn't know. But I branded a management company based off of his name, which is Manor Management. That's his middle name. And then when I started working with various industries, from nonprofit, just small business startups and construction, I realized that there was a gap. And there was a gap in funding.
Right.
And so even with that, so my overhead was extremely low at the time, and I funded everything out of pocket, personal, savings or personal credit. And at times, depending on what I was doing, I was over leveraged, right?
Okay, right.
But I just knew that there had to be a better way. And so when I realized that this was synonymous across most businesses that I dealt with, because I used to do management, I'd help them, start the business, figure out their plans, work on their business plans with them and things of that nature. And then it just kind of elevated, and I went into, helping owners with their RFPs, doing bid solicitations, federal audited payroll. And man, I seen the money.
Right. You know what? That sounds like money. What, federal audited payroll? I don't even know what that is.
Right.
What is when you say you were over leveraged in credit? What is for those of us that don't really know?
So basically, when utilizing credit, whether it's personal or business, you don't really want to go over 30% utilization.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Now you began to look like a risk factor with those creditors or with those banks, and they really watch what you do. And so certain credit reports show you lenders that tap into your credit on a daily, consistent basis. They do soft pulls, and they do this regularly to see where you are, if you're over leveraged, if you're in need of credit, if you're using too much. And so they base their decisions off what they see. Right.
So this is business side too, and you're speaking business side or personal side?
Well, personal, because you're leveraging the personal side in order to get the business funding. But we're speaking about when I first started and how I realized that there was a need for business credit with just myself and then other business owners that I work with.
Okay. Now you skipped over something, and I want to go back because you said you lost a son. What happened?
So I not only lost a son, I lost 5 people literally back to back within like a 2 or 3 year period. So I lost both my grandparents. I lost more than 5 people. I lost both my grandparents. I lost my parents. And then
both parents?
Both parents. And then my son.
Oh my God.
Right.
How old was your son?
My son was about 3.5 months.
Oh my God.
And so all my babies after him were all premature. And so for whatever reason, I developed preeclampsia. I forget the name of it, but it was eclampsia. And it caused like excessive water weight gain, high blood pressure. And so in order to get rid of it, they had to take the baby. And so even though he was born and he was thriving, a 1 pounder and some change, he got all the way up to 5 pounds. And right when we were about to get released, they realized that there was some issues with his intestines. His intestines was dying off.
God.
So it was a process, and it was a lot of mourning. But out of that grew my entrepreneurial spirit, because it was just, I was working. I wasn't in control of my time. You had to hurry up and get back to work after, your 6 weeks, and, dealing with the death, and, everything was unexpected. So
parents, were they older or were they
in their 50s?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I lost my dad. Was my dad in his 50s or was he in his 60s? I think he might have been in his 50s, and I mean, that was devastating for me. I can only imagine
Absolutely.
losing both parents.
Yeah.
Right now, my mom, and if y'all check out the flyer, and I'm going to be doing this. I believe it's still Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and is it, or was it last month? I think it's this month.
I don't know.
I believe it's this month,
Yeah.
and
I haven't seen a lot of the pink yet.
well, you know what? Yeah, I have seen it. I have
Okay.
seen it. Yeah, and I believe it is October. Yeah.
Okay.
And so my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Oh, I'm
She's
sorry to hear
it's okay. I mean, my mom is, man, just a trooper. My mom is a man. I love my mother, and she's taking it so great. She encourages me when I call her.
that. Absolutely.
But y'all gonna see the breast cancer awareness sticker. I don't know what I would do if I lost my mom, and I'm not going to lose her to cancer. She's going through it like I said, like a trooper. But I can't, like, both of your parents in how many years? You said 5 years in a 5-year span. So right when you think you're getting over one, something else happens. Ooh. And so how do you translate that into, like, wanting to be a business owner? Do you, like, is it because you want something to do with your time, or you just want to give back, you want to do more, you want to impact?
So it was a lot of that, but I missed the part. So I was also myself diagnosed with a brain tumor.
Oh my God.
So that was literally so because of that, I have like shortness of memory, right?
Really? Okay.
So I can't remember all the dates,
Right.
but it was more than 15 years ago. So all of this happened all around the same time. I believe my dad and my mom was still alive at that time when I got it. So it was like in between,
Really?
right? And I was given a 10% chance to survive.
What?
I went through 5 different hospitals. And I did not settle on the hospital until I found the doctor that just didn't see me as a number or the type of insurance I had, because it was going to be a long journey, right? And so just getting through that and making a promise to God, like I was like, God, you, like, I still have so much more to give. There's so much more I need to do, and I have not touched enough people. And if you just allow me this opportunity, then I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to impact. And that's what really like catapulted the business venture. And even in that moment, I thought I was gonna, become the first lady of the church.
Yeah, right. You was ready.
Lord, I'm ready to go.
Right.
Like, just bring me.
Right.
I'm ready. I'm gonna give it all to the church.
Yeah,
And
right.
and he gave me visions.
Yeah.
Which now I'm starting to it's unfolding, and I'm seeing things happen like right before my eyes.
Wow.
And I just want to commend people like Bonika, my best friends from back in the day, that all I did, even back in the day, I talked about credit all the time.
Yeah.
Your credit is important. You got to do this. You got to do this. You should do that. And if it wasn't for people like them, Bonika, Crystal, Vicky, Felicia, and I can name a few others, but if it wasn't for them, like, really pushing me and then motivating me, and just really, like, Bonika has really like you got to get out there, because I was a very, very private person, especially considering all that I had went through. And then
I'll be afraid to step out the door.
Hello.
I mean, for real.
But I wound up marrying my high school sweetheart, and
that's dope.
We started a business together, and just really helping to push his business and all the things that we were able to do in that business, which is still thriving today.
Is that the construction business?
That's another,
Okay, last show we talked about the construction business, so you guys started that.
Yeah.
How, if you don't mind me asking, and we ain't gonna do the math, how old were you when you
So this also like 25. So I am actually 45, and I'm proud to say.
Okay, cool.
I know
because you look good for 45.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
some people, they be like, I don't want people to know my age. No.
No, I mean, I am proud, and unfortunately, but fortunately, it has taken me this long to get here. But I'm just in a space now, after building my family business, after 10 years of just really pushing and going hard. And it's just like, I really, really, really need to help people.
Yeah.
And before it was organic, it was word of mouth. It was like, hey, she's doing my back office stuff.
Yeah.
She can definitely support you.
Yeah.
And then it just escalated into, okay, so how are you funding this? Because at times you'd have a payroll of $30,000-$40,000.
Yeah.
You'd have a bill for material at 20. You're in construction, so you
Yeah.
know, right? And you're on a larger scale.
Yeah.
You're like super, super commercial,
Right.
right? So your bills can, you know, or your company's bills can get
Oh yeah.
up into the millions,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
so,
For like a week or two. Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine what you get paid in payroll times that have about how many employees is on the
I have imagined, and that
exactly.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
union scale, right?
Yeah.
Right. So when you're union scale and you're getting money, or companies are getting money from federally funded programs, they have to do audited federal payrolls.
Oh, gosh.
So the company has to go in on the back end. There's a federal system that tracks all wages, and they have to input that information in.
Really?
And it's absolutely. It's like, you know, you may have a few on that's not on the payroll,
right?
But the majority is.
Right. Why would you want to do that? You went from stressed out to stressed out. You went from being stressed out about health to like, you know, thank God, you know, that you were able to start this business and you lived and you stayed with us and you thrived. But then you went back to stressed out.
Yes.
You crazy.
Hello.
You crazy. Hey, shout out to my homegirl, Tiffany Ingram of Tiffany's Closet. She said, Coach
Tiffany.
D, you are amazing.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, that was cute. I love that. Okay. Look, Ron got the whole setup, y'all. When I tell you this is super legit and professional, like, I am loving this. Like,
thank you so much.
It's a lot of technology, and honey, these lights are glaring. But, you know, when you see your girl start sweating, she like in perimenopause. Right. But, yeah, so.
You know what? You know why? Because y'all inspire me. You know what I mean? Like y'all, man, I get choked up so easy. God, go back. Y'all, I mean, y'all really do. Like I'm telling you, y'all changed me. That first show.
That's amazing.
Yeah, y'all, you and Benika and Derek and Crystal.
Absolutely.
Y'all really made such an impact on me that y'all changed me. And so like I try to get better every week. It don't always work. Things happen.
It's working. It's working. It's all in God's time.
That's
and He is overseeing every step that you make. And you just gotta just be thankful where you are and just show gratitude. And He's gonna just keep propelling you to the next level.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? It's all about getting in these rooms.
Yeah.
It makes all the difference.
Man, it does. It does. I made and I don't know had I made that decision yet? I had made that decision last time we sat down. I went to my man Tony, his entrepreneurship.
I remember
conference.
you mentioning that.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't think I had gone yet. I said I was going, but then I did go. Yeah, I did go. And really, I think I was on the line about going because I'm cheap. And that was the best $100 I ever spent.
Listen, let me tell y'all. If my husband, please, he ain't on social media, but if he see how much I sent to the accountants as far as education was concerned.
Oh God, yeah.
When I tell y'all I travel, I get into these groups, I get into these challenges. Listen, I just pay like a whole handful for a marketing agency to kind of help me get to the next level. You have to pay to play. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And you can't even imagine what $100 would do. I paid a guy, my husband and I paid a guy $200 for this program. Yeah. When I tell you it was the best and greatest information one could have ever received. Really? We went to a workshop that talked about the same things and didn't touch on 10% of what was in this $200 program, $197. Really? And we paid $5,000 each to get into that room. Wow. So get into these rooms is very, very important. It's all about community. It's all about connection. And you never know who's going to be able to support you on your next journey.
Hey, man, it's bars drop. This might as well be a rap show, y'all. Like, straight up. If you're not checking out the video, man.
Mic check.
1 2 1 2. But if it's... Look, man, it's always bars being dropped, man. If you're trying to do something, I was just talking to one of my homies today, man, because I'm going through crazy stuff in life, and then somebody decided to dip in my business and get into it. And I don't bother nobody. I really don't. I really leave people alone, but people
Hey,
kind
you're
of
doing
sort of
something
find
right.
me.
People talking about
You know
doing
what?
something
That's
right.
what we said.
Yes.
That's what we said. And it's like, I'm not bothering anybody. You know, I've been open that I'm going through a divorce, and just, you know, let me be, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
My problem is they probably don't watch the show. I openly talk about it. It's not like I'm trying to hide anything in my life. I really don't care. You know why? Because we're so busy. We ain't really got time to be in anybody else's business.
Time.
I don't know what you're doing.
And don't care.
And don't really care. Like, I don't care. It's your life. We all have one to live. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And it really hit home when you get close to losing yours. You know what I mean? Last week I talked about a near-death experience I had at work. I almost died.
Oh,
I almost crushed myself to death. I'm laughing about it because I really did.
I won't do that again.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I would rather almost crush myself to death. I want to go back because, like, how do you process somebody telling you you have a 10% chance to live? Like, what do you do? Like, do you go home and cry? Do you give up? Do you keep going? Like,
me?
Yeah.
I didn't cry. It was go time. It was get all my affairs in order. I organized my insurance policies.
Oh my God.
I got a will in place. I had conversations, like really concrete conversations with everybody around me. Like, this is what you're going to be responsible for. This is what you're being left. This is what you need to do. This is how you need to do it. And this is what I want to see done.
So you were preparing to die?
Pretty much.
And then when did you prepare to live?
At the same time.
Yes, it was like a just in case.
Hey,
look, man.
I had a plan A, I had a plan B, and I had a plan C, and I had a plan D. And at the end of the day, I was begging and pleading, Lord, like, listen, I'm going to do everything I need to that's within my power.
Yeah.
And I was so slick with it. I was like, I know you're not taking me on my daughter's birthday. I had my surgery on my daughter's birthday.
Really?
That was the number one request. Because I'm like, Lord, you would never.
Wow.
Never. The devil is a lie. Okay.
You really
I put him on the spot,
yeah,
y'all.
you put God on the spot.
We had to have a holy conversation. Listen now.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. People do that. And you know what? God will come through for you.
He
too.
came through
all
the time.
Yeah.
Every day. I mean, I believe I ran into one of the women that I seen on the prayer line. I called the prayer line at Apostolic Church of God.
Yeah.
And two of the sisters showed up at the hospital the same day within an hour, didn't even know it.
Are you
and when
serious?
I tell you they prayed for me and prayed for me after my procedure, like, you'd have thought like every demon piece of me was expelled up out of me, and I was a totally new person. And yeah, it was quite an experience, and it was quite the transition to come back. It took me like a good solid year to like really get my bearings and really get myself together.
Did you have to learn to do? I mean, this is brain surgery, right?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So
excuse me.
It wasn't that bad. It's just I had some leakage of fluid. I stayed in the hospital for about almost 4 months.
Really?
And then when I got out, it was just, just learning how to be social and learn, just being careful with, just I didn't want to get sick with anything. I didn't want anything to get irritated. You know what I mean? So I kind of like went in and just kind of chilled out for a little bit. Not because I'm a busybody. I'm an Aries. I'm always moving and going.
Too.
Right. So I just
shout out to all the Aries, man.
Yes.
Look, we always moving. We always got to be going somewhere.
Always. So I really had to just sit down and heal and mentally get myself together, because it was just like, wow, I made it. Thank you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? So, but what next?
Yeah, what next? Shout out to my man, life coach Jeff.
Hey,
he said,
Jeff.
Such a powerful thought process to be at the end, but yet the beginning, to live and not die. I love how you prepare, but didn't lose hope.
Yes.
That's hard.
That was hard.
Hey, man, yeah, you're right, bro.
That was hard. Thank you.
Yeah. How do you, I fold.
No, you won't.
You're right. I shouldn't say that. But I'm saying this knowing who I am. By the grace of God, I won't. In my mind, I will.
But that's okay. You're going to keep moving.
Yes.
And you're going to keep doing.
Yeah.
And when you realize everything around you, like the people that rely on you and depend on you and the impact that you make, you know what I mean? Like at that time, my grandmother was still alive. My dad was still alive. And my dad had even given himself to Christ and was like, if you let her live, I promise to not backslide.
Really? Wow.
Right? And so he wound up dying the year after I made it through. Yes.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And no fault of his own, just he had an infection and he they say died of natural causes, but it just, whatever it was, it killed him.
Yeah.
But it was a tough process, right?
Yeah.
But I'm thankful, and I don't remember all the people, but I know I had visitors like all the time.
Really?
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And
Aries are lovable. You lovable person.
I'm like a type A, and so you either love me or you don't.
Yeah, right. But when you love us, we gonna love you back, and you gonna love us.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. It takes some time to get there.
This has always made me like be in awe. Like just you hear about people going through near-death experiences. Somebody 25 and they telling you that's it.
I was 24. So let me just say this. So when I was in my early 20s, I had this vision that I was gonna die before I turned 25.
What?
I swear to you, it was like the worst dream ever.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I rebuked it. Anytime because I used to have dreams. I never watched scary movies.
Yeah.
But anytime something bad came, I rebuked it.
Really?
I remembered what I could. And it even got to the point that I had a journal, at my bedside, so that I can talk to somebody at the church to counsel me, like, what does this mean? What do I need to do? How can I correct this? And then my godmother was the one that said, just, rebuke it. And she gave me this whole saying that I had to say. I don't remember it verbatim right now, but I got it wrote down. And so that was like right before. And then right when I turned 24, I was living in California. I was on my way back home to Chicago because just things was not working out.
Yeah.
It's a tough place to adapt to.
Yeah.
And you have to really have your finances in order.
Yeah.
And I was working 2 jobs, robbing Peter to pay Paul, and it was the stress. And so that stress that I had wind up causing the tumor in my head to burst. And it literally, like the week I got home, I found out I had the tumor. So it was the grace of God that just like moved me, because I literally had like no family in Cali. I had a best friend that I had developed when I moved there, but like no family.
So you just moved there on a whim? You just
long story.
It was a dude.
Man.
It was a dude.
I think he's on my Facebook still.
Not that I know, but like I know.
Listen.
I see that look when it's a dude.
Stop giving the cake and the ice cream for free. Get you a husband.
Look, bro, y'all stop messing up women's lives, man. If you a dude and you out there messing up a woman's life, man, y'all just stop.
I mean, at least have the drive, at least have the passion, at least put the effort forth. At least, you gotta listen. If your girl working 2 jobs and you sitting at home chilling because you depressed because you can't get a job, let me be quiet because I think he's still on my Facebook. You streaming on Facebook, right?
Yes.
Oh, good.
I can't. I can't.
Listen.
I can't do it. Some of y'all fellas can.
Listen,
man.
He had a deadline, and that deadline was like, I'm out by this time.
Right.
If you don't have it together, sis is gone.
Wow.
Right.
And you was gone. You left.
I was up.
You left.
I called his friend who worked for the airline. He brought my girl down. We drove back. He didn't even know if he was coming home.
Called his friend.
Listen. Packed all my stuff. And that day he said, I'm coming home. Who you riding with?
Home.
We didn't discuss this.
Oh wow! But that, you know what? You never B&O, man.
This was not supposed to be discussed.
With extraordinary stories. This is why I don't really like to organize stuff like this, because you'll never get to this. Look, she said, look, whatever you see, it was crazy because I looked at your eyes. I said, it's a dude. I said, she went all the way out to California.
You don't just put me on the spot.
She went all the way out to California for a ninja.
But let me just say, I connected with one of my greatest and best friends ever. Yeah. Like, we lived in a community, and I literally lived there for months. And I didn't have any friends because it was a really mixed development. Yeah. Mostly Asians. Mm-hmm. And it was in a college town.
Yeah.
And I went to the pool. I took my daughter to the pool.
Where did you? What college?
I was in San Bernardino, California.
Okay.
And so I went to the pool, and by the grace of God, they heard us out there playing, and her and her husband peeked out the window, and we both like, they're black people. And when I tell you, it wasn't even 10 minutes, her husband, her kids, they were in the pool with us.
Right. Did you hear that?
Right. We got invited to dinner, and from that moment forward, like we had dinner at each other, mostly her house because she was one hell of a cook.
Yeah.
But her name is Miss Portia Evans. Well, well now.
Shout out to you, Portia.
Exactly. When I tell you, she carried me because I went through it. Okay. But she, to this day, I'm like, sis, I need to rebrand. I gotta come. I need to use your shop so I can redo my program. She's like, come on, when you get on the flight. Like, you know, there's no connections like that. And most of my friends that I've developed through grade school and high school, and it was only a handful. I still have today. That's dope. A few fell off. But hey, God knew what He was doing. Yeah, for real. That's you know what, man. I love life. I really do, because like if you really open your eyes, you never know where life is gonna take you. We're gonna have to get some mugs with some water. Yeah, right. I'm sorry. I didn't even get. I was so busy planning the show, y'all. I got stuck at work. I was supposed to be here about 4 planning her show, and we was supposed to do all of this. I was supposed to do all of this stuff, and I got stuck. And I was like, I could have at least had some water. I'm supposed to get some V&O mugs. That's what you were supposed to. You gave me that idea, so I'm going to do this. That's okay. I am going to get some V&O mugs. I wish I had something to play right now because somebody's mic about to die. My mic is about to die? Is it? I think it's mine. Oh. I think it's mine. While let's go off camera. Let's talk about, but show your flyer for your event. Absolutely. Can I talk about it while it's up? Same time while building their business foundation out. Okay. Yep. Okay. And so this is. I didn't even speak to the event. Look, right. Well, I'm glad you didn't, because apparently I just went to the comments. This is why I say. Thank you, Jeff. Brother got all this technology. Look, he got me sweating, lights. Jeff, look, we need you here. Right. Listen. I just looked at the comments. I'm just talking. Right. So tell us again. We got time. Tell us again. Okay. I want to fully highlight this event. So the event is a boot camp that we're doing together, but we're going to do a deep dive in business funding. There's going to hopefully be some opportunities where the clients that are coming in to the workshop will be able to get funding on the spot. But I'm hoping that I can get enough people to sign up in advance so that we can prepare them and get them ready. So I'm sending out ebooks, free funding checklists, and also putting them into a Telegram chat where they can conversate with me personally, not my VA. It's just myself and my local domestic assistant. She's here. And we're going to really be getting people fundable so that they could really get to the money when they come, and at least have a greater understanding of the strategy of, you know, what their personal should look like, what their business foundation should look like, and how to kind of move, you know, through these streets when it comes to securing credit. But we also have Krista, who is an attorney. She's going to be going over tax sales, business credit. She does evictions, and I believe she does like foreclosures and some other things. But they're going to, you know, chat with you guys just to kind of show you and teach you ways that you can kind of leverage this business credit. And then Bonica, she's the all things real estate, the queen of all things real estate, exit strategies, you know, if you're flipping, if you're holding Airbnb strategies, which is booming here in Gary, y'all would not believe it, like really booming.
Where are these people going? Are they staying at Airbnbs to go to Chicago?
They just have business in Gary.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? I don't know why I'm asking. Y'all, if you sleeping on Gary right now, like straight up, look,
wait,
yo,
wait.
Well, the cat's out the bag. We got Mayor Eddie Melton, and his best friend is Dame Dash. Dame Dash went on and said, if you sleeping on Gary, he said, I told y'all. I forgot the places he said I told y'all about, but he said, if you sleeping on Gary right now, like, because it's prime time for Gary. Like,
he made the prices go up.
Yeah. It was a self-fulfilled prophecy. Like, he's telling you, but because he's telling you it's going to happen, because he's Dame Dash and he's a business how do you pronounce it? Mogul. He's a business mogul. This dude, he straight up told us, like, if you're not investing in Gary, if you're not, like, it's not the Gary. They took down that murder capital sign because they about to get this money. I look around and I can smell it. I'm like, man, it ain't nobody living on that block.
Yeah.
It ain't nobody living on that block.
You got investors buying blocks. I mean, people, their portfolios are like, you know, 50 units deep, you know, 50 doors deep, 80 doors deep. I mean, look, let me just get 10 doors in Gary and I'm happy.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I need my doors to pay for my lifestyle.
Yeah.
Listen.
People still talking about Gary like it's not nice. Like, I mean, it's a lot of beautiful places in Gary. Like, people was worried about people. Ain't nobody really living there no more like that. People have branched out. Man, it's, oh my God.
I mean, but that's anywhere, whether it's in Gary, whether it's in Chicago.
Yeah.
You know, you got to really get in where you fit in. Because, I mean, as an entrepreneur and as an investor, I've missed out on a lot of opportunities. And, you know, partly because, one, I'm married, and when I make a decision, I have to kind of run it through the hubs. And so he's like, are you going to be there after 6 o'clock at night? Because I ain't. And so, you know, you have to pick your poison. But had I not been married, I'd have had a property everywhere I said I was going to have one. But I'm for sure shopping Gary. And it's definitely a market that, you know, y'all need to get into.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get any, me, Tiffany Ingram, Tony, shout out to my homegirl Nikki of Nikki Sleek Designs. We all went to an event 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And Tiffany is from, I ain't gonna tell her where you live, but Tiffany is from out west. She west. So she said she had people that grew up in Gary. She had never been there. And so when we hopped on the toll road, it was like 10 minutes later, we was in Chicago. She said, we in Chicago already? I said, yeah. I said, yeah. And this is exactly why this mug about to blow. Because you can't beat it. Like, if you got business to do, why would I want to go stay on, you know, whatever, and pay all that money for real estate when I could come right here, hop on a train, or hop on the E-way, or hop on the toll road? You got all these different ways to get there. And you talking about 35 minutes, you will be there. Now, you might get stuck in traffic on the way home, but so do the people that live in the west suburbs and the north suburbs, Chicago, all of that. Yeah, they all get stuck in traffic. You, like, man, cheap real estate. You right next to the third largest
and the market
city.
value for rent is just as high as if you living in the city.
Yeah.
So
Make your money.
you pay 50,000, you put 20, 30,000 into it.
Yeah.
You know, y'all can do the numbers, what your mortgage is versus, and then look at rentals. I mean, you got to definitely do your research. And that's why we're having the boot camp, because we're going to talk about some of those strategies, of course. But the key thing is, what I want people to take away from it is, you definitely, no matter what you do, and I stressed this earlier today when I was speaking, personal credit is a must.
Yeah.
And that's not to say that you can't get business credit without it. But if you really want to leverage and you really want to take advantage of the products that are out there that these, different banks and institutions have available for small business owners, you want to have that personal credit intact.
Do you have to, like, say you are a business owner, do you have to keep your personal credit up? Like, say you've been a business owner, you've had business credit, established great business credit for umpteen years. Are you still concentrating on your personal credit?
Are you still going to leverage the personal to get more business credit?
Hey, there you go. Okay.
Right. So so how I do it and how I advise clients: use your personal credit to leverage the business.
Okay.
What you do on the personal, everybody can see it.
Right.
Things that you do on the business, your utilization is not affected.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can go right in. I can get more business credit for this business because why? Banks and financial institutions know that that's how we leverage. That's how you make money.
That's how they make money.
That's how they make money.
Yeah.
And so you leverage the personal. You use the minimum. And so this is my tip. Use 1 to 8% of personal credit. Make sure you pay everything on time, right? And don't go over 8% utilization.
Okay.
You want to always be in position to utilize the personal so that you can leverage on the business.
Okay.
Okay.
So you don't even want to get close to that 30 because, everybody like to get close to this. It's like a speed limit. Like, I'm only using 28 now.
No, stay away because then you still look risky.
Yeah.
The banks, they look to see, can we take a risk on you? Or are you too risky? Remember I said early on, they're checking your personal.
Yeah.
Now, and then another thing that I would say is if you have personal credit and you have limits that are less than $5,000, you want to bump that up. Ways that you can bump that up is utilizing the credit to pay for everything that you do day to day that you have the money for. So if you're paying rent, if you're paying car notes, if you're paying for gas, light, water, trash, sewage, whatever, lunch, everything, you run it through that personal credit card on month 2. You run it up, but there's a sequence that you use to pay it off. So you pay the majority of it off before your statement date.
Okay.
So I say about 80%, and then by the due date, you hit it again with another 15%.
Yeah.
And then after the due date, you run it up again and you start it all over again. And then you call a creditor and say, "Hey,
look at me.
Your girl running low. She need a little bit more."
Right.
And when they ask you, how much do you need? Do not say, "Oh, I just need another $5,000.
Yeah.
No, we going for the max. Say 40 or 50,000, and let them come back and say yay or nay.
Right. On the personal side.
On the personal side. And the reason why I say do that is, for one, it gives you that buffer that you need for your utilization. Because remember, I said don't go over 1 to 8%.
Yeah.
So if you got $10,000, the max you can use is what, $800?
Yeah. Wow.
You don't,
right, exactly.
If you're gonna let a balance sit,
right.
So like right now, I'm over leveraged, but I'm over leveraged on the business.
Yeah.
I can still go and get credit on my personal.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get more credit for the business because my personal is not over leveraged.
Right, got you.
Right. So beef up those personal limits by taking advantage of what I just stated to do, and then call those lenders, all your lenders, anytime. Most lenders allow you to come in and ask for an increase every 90 to 91 days.
Yeah.
Get the max, because what happens is you're matched based off of what you have on the personal.
Okay.
So when you go to get business funding, what'll happen is the lender say, "Oh, she has 10,000 on the personal. Let's give her 20, or let's give her 30,000."
Wow.
So it makes a difference, right? So
I
have a client now. He's been going out just trying to really, muck up the game.
Yeah,
right.
Right.
And he like, "Yeah, I got this, I got that, I got this." He got about 10 business cards, but his limits are like $1,000,
$3,000,
and I'm like, So now I'm having to kind of clean up the back end of the personal credit because of all the inquiries.
Yeah.
But he thought he was really onto something.
Yeah,
And though he's trying to figure it out. But
Right.
again, a big part of business credit is strategy. And if you don't know the strategy, you don't really understand it.
Right.
You're going to be running in circles.
Yeah.
Which is what he was doing. He was just like, listen, I need help.
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you do?
Yeah.
So it makes a difference. So keep the personal as clean as possible. You know, vet your banks, see what type of products and services they offer to small businesses. Listen, they need you just as much as you need them.
Right. You know what? I left this comment up the whole time you was talking because Tiffany said gems.
Thank you, Tiff.
Yeah, we call them bars over here, man. She over here rapping.
Thank you.
Y'all, this is game that she giving away for free right now. Y'all, and if this the free game, what's the paid game like? How much?
Oh, we dive deep.
Like, how much is I'm gonna put up that flyer. We not gonna talk.
Okay.
And then we gonna come back. Okay. We're gonna come back because I just found out you can't hear us when the flyer's up. I gotta figure that out. Yeah, okay. I gotta figure that out. So here's the flyer again. Y'all screenshot this.
And it's on my Instagram. If they follow me on Instagram, right in my link tree, the link in my bio, the Bootcamp is at the very top. There you go.
I did prep that. I did prep that for you. I was doing something.
So, look, is it clickable?
No.
Oh, okay. Wait. So the Bootcamp is at the very top of in my bio. And so we are doing an early bird special. I think it's like $72 or something like that. Oh,
come on, y'all. That's cheap. Some of y'all go out drinking and buy 3 drinks in Chicago.
Listen, and at the end of the day, the most important thing is to just really get in the room. Yeah. You are going to walk away. I'm giving freebies. I'm giving, gift cards to Home Depot, to Lowe's, because a lot of people are going to be investors. I already know.
Yeah.
We giving away. I'm raffling an iPad. Like, this is going to be a really super interactive.
Yeah, iPad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Yeah. So it's going to be super interactive. I want entrepreneurs to bring their laptops so they can work on things as we go through.
So I will be there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I will be there. I don't know if you know, but V&O Productions will be there filming the event.
Hey!
Yeah, on behalf of Heritage Real Estate. We got to pay our debt off. I kind of like that, but I just, I'm so appreciative of having this studio, having the area. We are doing V&O Productions. We have this studio because we're renting it out through Heritage Real Estate, and we are producing podcasts. If you want to come in here and do your own podcast for a small fee, you got to talk to Heritage about that. That's the businesswoman, Miss Bonica. But we will be at here, and I got a crew coming with me, and I'm gonna have to tell them to keep working while you putting on these things.
That's okay. I got handouts. Right. I got all types of stuff. Listen, and at the end of the day, my program is very economical. I get hit over the head by my marketing team because they tell me that my program, the price needs to increase, and I refuse to do that. But now by next year, the beginning of the Q1, the price will more than likely go up because I'm making a lot of changes and I'm updating the information. And it's not that it's outdated. I just want to refresh the videos, right. New marketing and branding stuff. But at the end of the day, I keep it under $400 because as an entrepreneur, when I was coming up trying to figure out the business credit, like, I spent unnecessary money. I spent thousands of dollars. I went from one program to the next program. And at the end of the day, it paid itself off because if I got one hack, one tip, one thing to get me closer to building, it paid for itself. You know what I mean? And so, but I made a promise because I was so frustrated with a company, and it was like, a $3,200 program. I was already established. I had most of the things in place, and they were like, you had to do all this ridiculous stuff in order for them to get you funded. So the goal was to get funded by $50,000. But they never told me that I can do this outside of them. But they promised, their program promise was that they would get me funded for $50,000 after I checked all these boxes. Ask me, have I been funded yet?
Are you serious?
And asked me how much money unnecessarily I spent by following their process, which was redundant and ridiculous. And so out of that frustration, I'm a project manager by trade, right? I have my master's degree in project management. I went back to school because I wanted to, really show my kids and my siblings, like, we need to break generational curses. And so even though I knew education was a bunch of BS, honestly, unless you specialize in nursing or an industry like tech or something like that, all them.
It's become a business almost. Yeah, it's really become a business.
Listen, I'm trying to get a refund for all my $125,000 in student loans right now as we speak.
Right.
But I needed to complete something because I had been through so much trauma. And at the time I needed to keep busy, and that's what I did. And I wanted to grow in business. And had I known that I wouldn't learn a ton of crap, but it landed me a really great project management role with a few different companies. And so it taught me how to just stay organized, put my SOPs in order, and
SOPs.
Get my processes in order.
Okay, because that's the remedial section over
here. That's okay. High level. Let's keep it high level. And what systems to use. Right. And so I'm a very structured person when it comes to just organizing the business. But at the end of the day, like, I could have did without it.
Yeah.
And so, but it was a journey, right? And I'm grateful for everything that I had to go through, and the people and the paths that I crossed, because it also put me in different rooms with different people that I'm still connected with today.
Yes.
And so I'm forever grateful.
Yes.
But
that's man, you just made a great point. One of the major things, if I didn't learn anything at the entrepreneurship conference I went to, I met people. I met Nikki Spiller, who in turn introduced me to all these other great people, man. And it's invaluable.
Absolutely.
Now I just man, I'm so reckless and I'm all over the place. Nikki was doing my social media. I would never get nothing to her on time. I told her, just give me this month, at least this month. I can't do it this month. But her designs are dope. I passed my cousin off to her. She's doing a lot of people's designs. Shout out to Nikki Sleek Designs.
Hey, Nikki.
I got to give this plug because these are my guys, man. I go on their show and I get to sit down and I feel comfortable because I don't have to produce. They got to do everything and I just get to sit there and talk, which I love to do. Shout out to my guys over at Shop Talk 7 over there. Shout out to y'all go check out Shop Talk 7 podcast, man. My Radio Chicago, download the app. Shout out to my man Shy Blizz, man. Y'all can hear Shy Blizz on. Shy Blizz been around since I was young. I don't know. You ever heard of Shy Blizz?
No, but I'm gonna look him up.
He a radio DJ. Radio DJ in Chicago. Been a radio DJ.
What station?
106, I think 92.3. And now he's doing My Radio Chicago. They opened up My Radio Houston, and I'm just happy to be in the room with him because they about to blow up. And I get to be on this podcast. He does podcasts. But man, those are my guys over at Shop Talk 7, man. We sit down and we talk real. And I just always got to give a shout out to them. I want to give one more shout out to my man, and I overlap their time too because they're on every day. Shop Talk 7 is on every day at 7. My man Greg Gray is on every day at 7 on Dope Living TV Live. Check him out on YouTube, man. But he's on every day. I have not forgotten about y'all, man. Y'all are my people. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. But I'm sorry, I had to do that.
Oh, it's all good. Look, don't forget to plug.
Right. Right. I got so many people I want to plug. So I'm so
make sure I get plugged in the next series.
Oh, I got you. We're going to look. Okay, let's not talk.
Right. That advice before.
Right. Yeah, right. Before I put it up. Y'all go, if you didn't get that, man, go and follow her on Instagram, Business Credit Bestie. I said from now on, I was going to watch my time. Where are we at on time? I just saw the time and now I don't see it no more. How long have we been? Oh, we've been going for 53 minutes. We got like 2 more minutes.
Hey.
We got like 2 more minutes. It wasn't enough time.
It never is, though.
It's never enough time, but I'm so happy that I finally got to sit down with you.
Absolutely. I'm
What
grateful.
a freaking amazing story.
Thank you.
Are you kidding me, man? Like I don't even have the words to say it.
It was heavy then. It's not as heavy now, but
Yeah.
I'm grateful.
I'm appreciative of you, and I'm grateful for you.
Thank
I'm
you.
grateful
Thank
for
you.
you. My mic about to die again. I don't even know.
That's okay. We done. We wrapping it up, y'all.
Right. What the heck is going on?
Mic check.
Right. Mic check. Mic check. Hey, y'all, man. Y'all go to her IG. It's up here, right here. If you did not see the flyer, go
follow
to the
me.
flyer.
And I follow people back. Let me just say this. The scammers are like really taking over.
Yeah.
And they are, so I try to follow everybody back. So if you followed me tonight from the show or anytime thereafter, just add a comment under one of my posts. Like, hey, I seen you on VNO, and then I'm going to definitely follow people back. I like to see what you guys are doing. It keeps me motivated. It gives me more, to talk with and come back with. So you follow for follow. Is that what they say?
Yeah, follow for a follow,
Absolutely.
for a follow. And
Absolutely.
man, she can change your life. Some of y'all, man, if you see this, man, like really, and I gotta say this real quick. I know I gotta go, but
Okay.
I was the podcast I did last night. I thought about you yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, because I did a podcast in Beecher, Illinois. I told you I was at a motorcycle rally.
Mm-hmm.
There was this dope cigar lounge trailer. This dude had a mobile cigar lounge.
I've seen that.
Are you serious?
They were at the park in Bronzeville
Are you
for
serious?
a real estate event that I went to.
Look.
When I tell you, it was nice.
Yes. Leather chairs.
like leather. Yes. I seen it.
Yes. And I looked at that and I was like, I'd never be able to get something like that. I don't have the money. And
Okay,
so
mindset,
right?
mindset shift, and we have to start speaking positivity.
Yes,
Listen,
yes.
I listen to mindset stuff daily.
Yes, I like y'all got me doing that.
And you
too.
gotta stop saying what I can't.
You're right.
And what I won't get, and
and that's I heard you in my head.
See it and believe it.
I heard you in my head.
And do the work.
Yes, I heard her in my head, y'all.
Listen,
when I saw
if
this.
I can do the things that I've done with the little that I've had,
come on.
Listen,
you ain't got no excuse.
Nope.
Extraordinary story.
Y'all can do it. Listen, it's not hard.
Yeah.
You just need a little guidance and you need strategy, and y'all can hit the ground and run.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
It has propelled our businesses like tenfold.
I bet.
I mean, we've established multi-million-dollar businesses. I've garnered more than $600,000 in credit across the board between personal and business. And it's like
y'all.
Overnight.
Yeah, come on.
It's like overnight.
$600,000 of other people's money, and she's not in jail.
And I'm not going.
She didn't steal it.
And I'm not going.
She didn't steal it. She's telling you that this money is out there for you to get, man. Like, come on. I had my homegirl on here. She was talking about business credit too. She goes a different route. But man, like this is a thing. Like
I need to watch her podcast.
Yes,
we can do some collaboration.
I gotta have her back on, man. I love having people back
her
on.
And me. We're gonna
collab. Right. Oh,
look,
snap.
Collaboration over competition. Okay.
Look,
we're not competing with one another.
Look.
We are only collaborating.
And this how you know it's real. Because like usually people that ain't talking about nothing, they be afraid of competition.
And I'm not afraid to be in a room. I'm not afraid to sit with people that do the same thing that I'm doing. We can learn from each other. I don't know it all. I don't profess that I know it all. And I give you what I know. I give you what I experienced. I have clients that have documented. So listen. Collaboration over competition.
That's so freaking great, man. Like, collaborate. Oh, that's a great saying. Collaboration over competition.
I got a T-shirt.
Really?
Yes.
That's. I love that.
Maybe I'll put that on my site for a second.
Right. No, I love that for real. Let's go ahead and get out of here, else I'll keep on talking. Hey, y'all. Y'all check out this conference, man. I'll be there. It'll be a lot of other people there. You never know who you're going to be. If you don't even care about business credit, you don't want to start your own business.
You still need to be in a room.
Yes, you need to be in a room. You never know who's going to be there. Seriously. Seriously, you never know. And it just sounds like a great event. You talking about, how much is the event?
It's on sale now. It's like $70.
Come on, man.
$70.
$70.
70.
You can learn. You can walk into one session and learn how can I get this house, and then you can sit there with your lip poked out and say, I ain't got no money to get this house. And then you go to her session, and she can tell you how to get the money for the house. And then you go to Dewana's session. I mean, not you, Dewana. You go to Crystal's session. And
learn how to get a tax sale property and redeem it within 6 months to a year.
Come on,
Yes.
man. If you don't walk out of there beaming with, I mean,
I feel like out poured into.
Yes, but $72.
And no fluff. We don't do fluff.
Come on. For $72, man. $72.
No fluff.
Some of y'all, man, I ain't even gonna say what some of y'all have spent $70 on. You should be embarrassed if you don't go to this. You don't want to spend the money. You cheap and you ain't going nowhere. You need to spend this money. It's $72 to go to this. It's on sale right now.
You can get it back tenfold.
For real, like 20-fold. It's $72. She talking about $600,000. And $72, man. Hey, look.
And watch the page, because I may, just now that you're talking about it, I may raffle off a few tickets to get in for some entrepreneurs that just, need the information and just really don't have it. So if y'all watching this, hit me up in the DMs, let me know what you think. If you need some support, if you can get there for sure, just let me know.
Hey, man, you can't beat that. You might get a free ticket. Hey, man, y'all have been real. Thank y'all so very much, man, for watching the V and O Friends and Family. This one is a rerun. This is the only thing we love better than doing it is doing it again. Look, man, y'all have been great, man. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and look out for this show again, because she's gonna rerun it on her page. I'm gonna rerun it on my page. V&O, we are ordinary people with extraordinary stories, man. Thank y'all again for watching.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yes.
Yay.
We ain't running the intro for the outro.